Hello everybody, welcome back to another Elasticsearch tutorial on our channel. Hopefully you are doing well and you were able to follow through the videos that we have done in the last few weeks. And today for us, we're going to continue with our tutorial and we are going to add a new video to the series. Before we get into the topic of this video, I would like to explain you what I did while you guys were away. So I did create some service called vehicle dummy data service, which is basically just a helper service for us to be able to insert some data without having to do it manually. So basically just insert some data in our index so that we don't have to do it. As you probably remember, we did in a couple of tutorials back, we had to insert some data when we would reindex and basically when we would clear our index. So this is a service that's linked to our vehicle controller. We have a new endpoint called insert dummy data, which just calls this method on the dummy data service. And the method itself is quite simple. We are using the vehicle service, which is autowired here, to index some vehicles. And so the vehicles are being built in this build vehicle method, which takes in a couple of parameters that we need. And once we have set them, we return the vehicle and index it via the vehicle service. So actually quite simple. It's so just that you know. So this is something that we will probably use. So you could run this method once you start with this tutorial. You could just run it and insert this data so that you also have the same data as I have in my index. So it would be clearer for you. And yeah, so if you don't want it, you don't have to do it, but it's just there for you to know. Great. With that out of the way, we can actually get into the topic of this video. And as you probably remember, in the previous video we did one of the videos was a search. So basically this search endpoint that we have here, we are doing some search based on this search request DTO. And in the search request DTO, we have a couple of properties. We have like fields, search term, sort by, order, all of that nice stuff. So where we can actually provide some term and search on different fields. So that was in one video. In another video, we had this endpoint called search and where we provide a date. Basically, it is getting all of the vehicles that are created since the date we provide. So it's also quite simple. We're providing a date and saying, yeah, get me all of the vehicles that have been created since this date. Nothing complicated there. Basically, what we want to do in this video is we want to create a query that will find all vehicles created after some date with, for example, a name, blah, blah. So we are trying to create a query that's kind of a combination of these two. So this is what, in order to handle this, you have to use something called bool query. So the bool query is our main topic of today. So the bool query is a way on combining these kind of different queries that we had in the previous videos. But before we go on to the bool query, let me just explain what the score is. I think we didn't mention the score at all. And think of it as something, for example, when you Google something, so some word, some keyword. For example, you're searching for a car named Audi, and on the first page of your Google result, you have probably the Audi web page and stuff like that. Then maybe you have later on some news articles, and it goes on. So the further away the page, that would be the further, so the lower the score of the result, so the search hit. So the scoring is just used to, to sort the search hits, to tell you which ones are better ones, which are the worst ones. Score is just a representation of how relevant the document is in regards to that specific query that you are using. There are three main factors that are affecting the document score. One is called term frequency. Basically, it means that the more the term appears in a field, the more important it is. So it contributes more to the score. The other one is called inverse document frequency. What this means is the more the document contains the term, the less important the term is. So if it's mentioned a lot of times inside the document, that probably means it's not that important. And the third and the final factor that affects the score is field length. So the shorter fields are more likely to be relevant than longer fields. So something that just keep in mind, and in a moment you will see why the score is important and why I'm mentioning it now. Okay, let's talk about the bool query a bit. So the bool query is a combination of one or more following Boolean clauses. We have 4 Boolean clauses that we want to mention. We have must, must not, should, and filter. So the must is the query, so the clause must appear in matching documents and will contribute to the score. Basically, if you say must on a query, it must appear in a matching document and will contribute to the score. So that's important. The must not is basically the opposite of that. It must not appear in the matching documents. The query should, it's optionally appear in the matching documents, think of it like that, and the matches contribute to the score. So if they appear, that contributes to the score. And the filter, the query must appear in the matching documents, but it will have no effect on the score. So that's just something that you should keep in mind. And also, while we are on the topic of score, we can also mention a bit of relevance and how you can control it. So you can control the precision and scoring within your bool queries. For example, if you have multiple should queries, you can specify a property called a minimum should match, and basically to control how many should clauses need to match in order to have a bit more precise query. And also keep in mind, if you have only should clauses in your query, that means that at least one of them must match. So you can't just have shoulds and none of them match and you get some results. So that will not happen. Okay, basically we just went into the small and tiny details of the bool query, but we actually want to see it in action. So let's go on to that, and let's try to create some bool query for us for our vehicle index. Let's start here. We can start from our controller. It doesn't really matter. Let me collapse this. Basically, let's create a new endpoint. And to this endpoint, we're going to be providing 2 things. We're going to be providing the search request DTO, and we are going to be providing the date. So basically, it's a combination of these 2. So let me create that, and then we can see what we are doing here. So here's our endpoint. To the endpoint, actually formatting is a bit bad. Let me just put that back. So to the endpoint, we are providing 2 things. We are providing this request body, which is the search request DTO, and we have providing also this path variable, which is the date that we are going to be using. Let me quickly fix the formatting. It doesn't look that good. Yep, here it looks better. Perfect. Now we want to create a method inside of our service, so inside of the vehicle service, to provide us some data. So let me just copy this and paste it here, and probably the name could be search created since, and we're going to be passing in the DTO and the date. So if I jump here and I can create a new method here, it will be a public method. And also it will return a list of vehicles, and the name we have search created since, and it's taking in the, let me actually just copy it from here. So it's taking in the search request DTO, and in addition it's also taking in the date. Yep, that's it. So now what we want to do is we want to build a search request. As you can see here, we are in the search utils. We have build search request methods where we're providing index, some field, and then date. For example, for this method, we want to do something similar here. So let's just jump to our search util class. We can probably copy one of these methods. Let's copy this one here. This one is nice. Let's copy it and paste it here. So build search request, we can stay with that. Index name and search request DTO, that's fine. And we also need a date because we will also be using the date here. And we have our try catch, And here, this is something that we're going to take out. And this is basically the first query that we need. So we can name it, I don't know, search query or something like that. Yeah, that's fine. Then also from our second query, where we have the method to take in, which takes in the field and the date. So basically this is our range query. This is something that we can also put here. Let's name this one date query, and the field is created, I think. Yep. Now we have the search query and we have the date query. Let's make them final. Great. And now we need to find a way to combine them. So this is where the bool query comes into the place. If we jump to this method, for example, you can see that we are using these query builders. So we can copy this. So query builders dot bool query dot must. And to the must we can provide search query and dot must, and to the must we provide date query. And let's create a variable here. Let's name it bool query, and let me just format it a bit so it's easier for us to read. Let's make this final, and we take the bool query and paste it here. Perfect. So we have our bool query, which contains two must clauses, one containing the search query and one containing the date query. And I can basically go back now to the vehicle service and say, actually exactly the same as here. We can copy paste this. So the method name is the same, but we are providing a DTO here and the date. That's exactly what we need. Basically, that's it. I think we are even finished. We just need to try it out. So let me start our application, and then we can go to Postman and we can execute some queries and see how it looks like. So our application is currently running and we are here in Postman. This is our old endpoint. So it's this search endpoint with the date. I'm providing a really old date, so to say, so we can see all of the data that we have. You can see that we have ID 1, 2, 3, and I think all the way to 10. Yeah, exactly. We have different names. We have Skoda, we have Volkswagen, Audi, BMW, and all of that nice stuff with different dates. And now we want to go to our new endpoint. So our new endpoint is search created since, to which we also provide the date, and we provide basically the same search DTO as we did in our previous videos, where we have the list of fields, we have the search term, we have the order, and all of that things that we had before, so you can still use the same. And if we execute this, you can see that we get some results. So let's see what we have. We have one Audi from 2009, we have a second Audi from 2011, and we have the third Audi from 2012. So that works. If I would change this and change it to maybe 2000, why can't I change it here? Just a second. Yeah, let's change it to 2010. Basically, we would then expect only to get ID 2 and ID 3. Let's see if that works. Yep, only ID 2 and ID 3 are there. So that means that our implementation works and everything is working as we expected. Let's try one more thing. Let's switch this up, and instead of must, say must not. Basically what we are saying here, let me just put our application to restart. What we are saying here is the date query must match, but the search query, so whatever we are doing inside of it, must not match. Basically we are doing just the inverted thing. Once our application has started, I can show you what I mean. So if we go back to Postman, this is our previous result. We said our date must match this, so it must be greater than this date, and also it must match search term Audi on the field name. But now we have switched it around, so it's now must not for this part. So must match the date, but must not match the Audi. Basically, if we execute it now, I would expect not to see any Audis. So let's start or search, send. And here it is. You can see for the same date, 2010, we got BMW, we got Volkswagen Passat, we got Skoda. So everything that's older than this date, and that's not Audi. It's perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted, and it seems to work. Yeah, I guess that would be everything for this video. It's quite a short one with a bit small explanation. You might want to try out the filter query and the should, filter clause and the should clause. It's the same as here, you just change it up to something that you need. So yeah, that would be everything. If you have any questions, if something is unclear, do let me know and I will try to answer them. Either write me in the comments or just write me an email or something like that. Hopefully you like this, and if you do like it, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. It would really help a lot to boost it a bit up on the YouTube algorithm so that other people can also see it and can request maybe some interesting content, and we can make some nice tutorials. And yeah, that would be it, and I will see you in the next one.